Hello, hope everyone had a great day. My day started off good, ended up kind of rocky, then it ended up pretty well. And that's life, right? We start good, we end bad, and sometimes we can recover, or sometimes it starts off bad and ends up well. So, in dealing with children, I have two kids, two boys. One has special needs. He has behavioral issues. And it doesn't necessarily mean that he's bad every single day, because no, he's not. I have a very strict household, but a very loving environment. I tell my kids every single day how proud of them I am, because I am. And I think everybody should do the same. Your kids don't know that you're proud of them unless they hear it out of your mouth, so anytime they make an accomplishment or they do something good, or they make strides in the better path or decisions that they make, I tell them I'm proud of them. I tell them I'm proud of them every day. And I randomly, hey! And they're like, what? I love you. And they're just like, we love you too. And it's just random, because your love should be random for your children. It shouldn't be just, oh, I love you, goodbye, or they don't hear it, It should just be, whenever you feel like saying it, and you should feel like saying it every day, and I do, not just at bedtime, not just before I wake up, I leave the house, it's throughout the day. I'm telling them I love them and I'm proud of them, and today, with these behavioral issues, my son, he kind of is doing some things, not doing some things, he's saying some things that are, inappropriate. And it's not cuss words. It's a deflection of him trying to get out of trouble. So he'll say something that's it could be very detrimental to everyone involved. And it's not the way to go. And I've talked to him before about it, and I told him, that's not how we talk, that's not what we say, and I let him know, I'm very disappointed in you. Everything doesn't have to result in a spanking or a whooping, but I do let them know when I'm disappointed in them, and that hurts a child's feelings more than anything. And we don't know that as parents, but when you tell them, what they've done wrong, explain to them how it can hurt everybody involved and how things can play out, and you tell them, hey, that's not okay, and I'm very disappointed in you, and you need to make better decisions and better choices, and it works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But for the most part, it works, because it gets their little brains to thinking like, damn, like, I fucked up. Kids ain't gonna say that, but that's the way they're like, dang, I made my mom disappointed in me. I need to try a little bit harder, because she's always telling me she loves me. She's always telling me she's proud of me. She's always telling me to do better. She's always helping me to be a better person, And for, God, he's 9. They're 9 and 10. So for 9 years, I have been dealing with behavioral issues, and struggling with finding different techniques and finding different approaches and doing different things and having different sessions with counselors and ESC specialists and ESC classrooms and just different types of services and supports to help my child, and nothing has worked and nothing has been beneficial for a little bit, but then it's like it wears off. So this summer I made a decision because I didn't want to, and that's why I tried those other avenues. I was like, that will be my last and complete last option. And it was. That was my last option. And he was put on medication because they said he has ADHD. That's what they said. God says different, but I need the 200 to come down. And he has done well over the summer because in home environment it's always going to be different, but he's done well. But going back into a school setting, into an environment where you have to be structured and stressed and all these other things that fall into place with school and with other people, with personalities and things like that. It it worked for a little bit, but then, of course, you have to go back and readjust and talk to the doctors. Okay, we're going to do this medication. And I'm not saying that medication is always key. No, because we're still continuing with these other services, and he's in these classrooms. So don't give up, especially on your kids. You chose to have them. You chose to love them. I love my kids dearly. And when I'm done raising them, they have to go out into this world, this cruel, malicious world, and be black men. And I'm raising respectable black young kings. And I'm not going to tolerate disrespect from my children or to my children. And I want them to have that instilled in them, just because, and he doesn't even know like he has this issue, because we're not going to talk about that. It's, you are doing something wrong. You need to stop. We're going to talk about it. We're going to fix it. We're going to why did you do this? Does it make sense for you to do this? And you could have been doing this, talk about it. And he's doing better. But today, when you say things, and he's been saying these things, not cuss words, but he's just been saying these things. And it's just like, dude, like, I talked to you about this before. You cannot say these things, because it gets everyone involved in trouble. And then all this extra nonsense happens for absolutely no reason, because you're being silly, because you don't want to get in trouble or face your actions for your consequences. Just to get out of trouble, you're going to deflect the situation and throw somebody else under the bus. I'm not teaching my kids that. You're going to own your responsibility. You're going to own your consequence. You're going to own what you done. You're going to own you're going to own you. If you did it, you're going to own whatever comes with it. And that's life. We do those things. Just man up and do it. I'm never hard on my kids because they're kids. But at the same time, I have to teach them it's not okay. That's not okay. And when it's not okay, we're going to sit down. We're going to have a discussion. Because when you tell a child that you're disappointed and it's not cool and you're not happy with their decisions, that hurts them more than any spanking could. Because they're like, but you just told me you were proud of me. I'm always going to be proud of you. But you have to learn what you did today. I'm not happy. And that's my mom rant. But I leave you with this. Just because it's hard today, it ain't going to always be hard. The things that we go through as single parents, or a family unit, or a married couple in a two-parent household, whatever you're going through today, it's going to make it better for when they get older. So, yeah, you might have to go through these things. Yes, you might have to experience some things, but it all comes with parenthood. This is what we signed up for. We signed up to cry. We signed up to fix boo-boos. We signed up to be a nurse, a barber, a cook, a storyteller. These are the things we signed up for when we have kids. And we have to make them feel special. You have to love your kids, but you also have to let them know when they're doing wrong. And you always doesn't have to result in a spanking or whatever. Words and letting them know how you feel touches a child because they look up to you. You're their role model. And if you're disappointed with what they did today, they're going to do a much better job the next day in trying to fix themselves to be a better person. Because they're always wanting to please, and they're so forgiving and loving. So just because we're upset for a little bit, it doesn't always have to transpire into forever. Kids will be kids, and that's the end of that. Love your kids, cherish your kids, grow your kids, because when you're done with them, they're going to have to be somebody's husband or somebody's wife or somebody's boss or somebody's caretaker. We have to do right by our children. And it starts with us. So instill positivity in them, but still let them know, I ain't taking no shit. Let them know who's boss. Do you as a parent. And everything don't have to result in cussing and demeaning and then. Because that will hurt so much worse later on down the line. And that's a whole nother issue that you have to fix. When you can just say, hey, I'm disappointed in the way that you were behaving. And I'm not proud of you right now. And you need to make better decisions and better choices. And you need to do better next time. Because right now, what you're doing is not making me happy. It's not making me proud of you. So, from here on out, you need to continue doing what you've been doing and continue to make me happy and continue to make me proud. And stop making these silly, nasty, crazy decisions. Because your decisions don't just affect you. They affect everybody. So, continue to love your kids. Continue to care for your kids. Continue to nurture your kids. And continue to help them grow. Peace out.